भाई हट 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 वे ऊपर ही आ रहे हो, ऊपर ही आ रहे हैं। चलो आने दो भाई इधर।
ओ दादा दादी
shop.
In fact, the guy had some urgent sight. He was trying to kind of raise two. He said, look, there are stereotypes.
आराम से आराम
This guy seems to be talented. This way.
I was at Farhan's house, so when he told me.
Farhan is brothers of this.
What an hour into it, if I go to Bandra, I'll get stuck. So he was insisting when he heard that you wanted to fetch me.
She is the shadow.
जीत लिया उसके अंदर शारदा आ गया सामने एक फोटो हो जाए
I saw a guy raise ahead of me, whispered my
आ रहा है
raced ahead. He kind of busted my ideas of them being slow and depend on why I'm not disabled. I use that. Preeti, yeah, this is your teacher. I've arranged.
Yes, I want to use
ये पीछा ना मेरा क्या कर रहे हो
Work of the artisans.
अच्छा आर पब्लिक उसमें भी इतना करे
You see, withered, tired, hungry, tired. Shake my hand, you'll be fine. Energy's gone. Yes, yes.
हटी रहा लाइट मार करो लाइट
No, I just came.
Yes.
Can you explain? We can box her like this so that you will be able to see all the two. Hello, hi.
Lovely, these are birds of paradise. Beautiful.
One of the skills they have displayed here.
Wow.
And on the basis of which they
We should get you to come to our set, and we always require on our film sets people to do flower arrangements, and they are always messing it up. So we should ask them.
अबे साइड से ले जा
Good idea.
मैं फिर मैं
Good idea. Look at the behind side, what this lady has done.
That's so sweet. Wow. Let me take a picture of this. Come close to her.
Hello. How are you?
I'm sorry.
Sangeeta. Sangeeta. I should say not Sangeeta, you deaf fella.
Birds of paradise.
Birds of paradise.
Hello. How are you?
what happened that? Cold. Bad.
अरे भाई इधर से ही मारो.
अरे क्या है लोग तो कुछ समझ में नहीं आता है.
मुझे कॉफी मुझे भी प्लीज पिला दे कॉफी ब्लैक कॉफी.
Black coffee without sugar. Black coffee without sugar.
No, I want. I said, please find me a teacher. I want to. This is your teacher. He can.
I learned the basics of the performing arts from that design.
Sir, coffee, sir.
So it is the showcasing of the same thing which we were talking downstairs.
The deeper the pain, the larger the ice cream cone.
I think this is
So
my.
you given them a theme,
Yeah.
and they've all had to kind of.
Can I have a copy of this?
Yeah, sure. Sure, sir.
The larger
We'll
the,
be taking all this in our records.
the deeper the pain, the larger the
Pooja,
scope.
you will also have black coffee now.
Yes, please.
We'll send you across.
That's a fantastic design.
Very good.
Have
very
more.
Such a fantastic design.
Good. I have one place.
Have more.
Why do you send people to the wrong place?
So even though he said two gates, so that you said that enough times, the notification pin was forward. No problem. I'm here now. That's all that.
बाद में है. अरे नहीं चलेगा. नहीं.
Oh God.
Hi, sir.
Where are you from, doctor? Where? Oh,
I am most grateful to each one of you to bear witness this option, please. It was totally unavoidable. I couldn't think of it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
सर पीछे जा जाइए. सर पीछे जा जाइए. सर आप भी आइए ना सर. थैंक यू.
We have three other and give a memento to Mr. Pawar.
Entry. As I drove on the famous link bridge which bridges the suburbs to the city, I found myself looking at a sign of a car which had disabled driver. And I found myself looking at it in the city perhaps for the first time. And that was thanks to Ajay and coming in, talking at length to me about what this entire exercise is going to be. But then, suddenly to my surprise, I found that the driver who was there was not so helpless and meek as I imagined a disabled person to be. He shot past me, overtook and raced ahead with fierce intent to get somewhere. It demolished the stereotype that existed in my head of the so-called disabled person being a misfit in the competitive, fierce world of ours. here was a guy who perhaps was more able to deal with, despite of his so-called shortcomings, quote unquote, in this world that we have created. So, as soon as I stepped in and I was received by Ajayji and other young girls, Dr. Saab, I was quite staggered by the kind of mindsets we who claim to be evolved seem to still be shackled to. We pride ourselves and say, oh, we are very evolved and we are in sync with the times. But here was life telling me, listen buddy, you don't know a damn thing. Your references are from the old Hindi movies which belong to the dustbin of history. Update your references. So that was my brief story. And as I walked in, I was further alarmed to see how deep my ignorance was about this entire world to which these brave men and women are pandering to out of their empathy. So I think I'm certain that when we go back from here, we will get this taste of life which we wouldn't have got in that illusion-making factory where we spend most of the time.
I think long back when Bhatt and I we were driving on Gurgaon highway and Dr. Agrawal was organizing mental disability is your attitude. Disability is an attitude, it's just like a flat tire, unless you change it, you can't move forward in your life. And that is something which really stuck to me. Before I take this forward, I just I like to apologize to Sudipta. I just forgot her, and I like to invite Subanji to please give a memento to Sudipta, please.
Who's going to give it?
Yeah, Subanji. Now we know actually how critical her role is, and how significant role she plays out here. Thank you so much.
To share with you, generally when we see disability being reported or portrayed in media, films, television, there are three different ways of looking at it. One is the inspirational stories. Oh, in spite of the problems they have done it, so they are big heroes. That is one way of looking at it. The other one is lachar, papichari. What a pathetic condition they are in. We need to do something, some charity kind of thing. Or the other most annoying way of depicting disability in media is making fun of them, particularly hearing impaired. In every film you have some jokes about hearing impaired, or those who are having locomotor problems, or those who have stammer. There are many disabilities which are quite common, but they are really very ableist world, because we are very entitled, media is very, caters to an entitled world, and media consists of people who are entitled, mostly. So there is, whether it is women, whether it is other genders, whether it is disability, whatever it is, the marginalized sections get very, very little attention in media. And for this, I feel we as people, like I am working on gender, so I go out of my way to work with the media, because they are just not reported. We have to make them part of our advocacy, right? And to make them part of our advocacy, we have to work with them, build their skills, to look at data, to look at the issue with a certain sensitivity, right? And then we also have to work with them, giving them the data. We have the data. As a gender person, I have the data, but I don't share it with them. And they don't have the time in this high, fast media. They don't have the time to go dig out reports and write. It's not like old times when they were writing for newspapers. It's like people who are concerned about issues related to disability. We need to create those bridges with the media. And if we do, I feel a lot of change happens. I have seen that. We have so many people who are writing so beautifully Yogesh is one example on women's issues. And people are picking up stories and writing because they were sensitized to look at the gender angle in the study, in the stories that they are writing. Similarly, they had, somebody was mentioning in the morning, if there is a data on unemployment, if a journalist is sensitized to look at disability, maybe he will write something about the unemployment among the disabled people. Or write a story on disability and unemployment, or disability or certain education. And also, like when we do workshops in colleges, we actually ask the students to go around the place and do an audit for disability, friendliness of the building. And they are shocked. How will anybody use the lift when there is no announcement in the lift? How is it possible for somebody to enter the building if there are no ramps? Something as simple as that. Like we really need to create that kind of a consciousness among everybody, but I think particularly among the media, because they have the ability to amplify the message. They have the ability to create public opinion. They have the ability to put pressure on the policy makers to make the necessary changes, and they also act as a feedback for the policies and programs that are being implemented. So I request the organizers to be more proactive and engage with the media in a much more active fashion, proactive fashion. Make them your friends, make them your co-activists or co-advocates in fighting.
We went over there and she was narrating us the story about when she visited Japan. And she will tell actually in her own words, I would not like to basically reveal that. But my question is that we are set to invest almost $1 trillion to develop our infrastructure. And if you look at it, actually almost 90% country, 90% of India is not accessible or disabled friendly. What really needs to happen really in terms of when we go forward? And before that, as you entered in the hall, you have interacted with so many participants out here. What kind of impressions you have got? Then you can actually talk about what the infrastructure should take place.
Well, I would like to begin by saying that, first of all, thank you for inviting us here. And the next time I'm here, I promise I'm going to be like that lady speaking to you all in sign language. Because that is my aim, and that's what I told Yogesh as well. I said I want to learn sign language. If you remember, we did a film called Sir with Nasir and Paresh, and I played a character who had a kind of an impairment where she stuttered each time she got kind of emotionally overwhelmed. And I remember Yashji, who himself in life did have the same impairment as they call it. He came up to me and he said that, that was a wonderful performance because it was so real and you didn't play it like a caricature. And I think that kind of gave me a feeling about how a character or a person can feel so much and is sometimes unable to express it, and you get a kind of frustration with your body and with the mind, and the heart is saying so much, sometimes the body is not able to kind of catch up. And like Ajay brought Dr. Vibhav to the office yesterday, and I think he began his talk with us by saying the most amazing thing. And I quoted that to my friends today. I lost a very dear friend of mine yesterday, and I was at his funeral before I came here. But I told them all about you in the midst of that, and that brought like this ray of sunshine into the room. And you began by saying that, thank God for my supposed disability, because I would not have discovered my ability, my true ability, and I wouldn't have been here. And I think that that is something that we all need to learn from. So I think that for me, there was no question of cancelling today. And I think it's in times of your personal grief when you got to understand that in these short lives that we lead, it is our duty to reach out to each other and support each other's breath. And when I went to a country like Japan, it was not Tokyo that took my breath away. It was a small town called Utsunomiya, where when I went to the metro station, every square inch of that metro station had a braille pathway where you could kind of go up staircases, you could access the restrooms, you could get onto a train and off the train if you were somebody who had a visual impairment. And I was stunned, and I said, India wants to be Shanghai and we want to be so many things, and we have such lofty ideals. Can we be sensitive? And like you rightly said, that where does it end, the marginalization? You have a supposed, people are very politically correct today. They say, oh, don't say disabled, say specially abled. That's tweeted, but that sensitivity is not displayed in their lives. So you have a disability and then you're a woman and then you're a Muslim and then you're in the LGBT community. It just gets more and more and more and more marginalized. So I think that when I was very struck when I saw the response of the Prime Minister of New Zealand to the horrific attack in Christchurch, I think the empathy she displayed is something all our leaders need to learn from instead of creating more divide in the time that we live in. But what struck me the most is when I watched the proceedings of Parliament, there was a box within that screen that had a lady such as her who was actually kind of translating what was going on in Parliament for people who might be sitting and watching there who might not have the capacity to be able to listen. And I think that is the sign of a great country. That is the sign of an evolved nation. So I think that with our population, like you rightly said, Ajayji, that if you look at the population of people who have some sort of impairment or disability, it is a staggering number. It's probably more than the population of most countries, but what are we doing about it? Like you rightly said, it's appalling that there is no access. Forget about public transportation. You go to a 5-star hotel, there is no ramp. You go to hospitals, there is no capacity for it to be able to kind of have a wheelchair go in. You've not thought it out. And that breaks my heart. Because like you rightly said, that we are all not going to be on this planet forever and we are all going to get older and something is going to stop working. And we just want a world where we can kind of be independent and not be dependent and ask for help each time and be able to maneuver and be able to use the bathroom with dignity or get to work with dignity, be able to earn a living with dignity. So I think what I've learned from Dr. Agarwal and from you, sir, is that don't give them your kind of pity. We don't want your condolences. Treat me as an equal, walk your talk. Offer me a job because I will sit there on that desk and I'll be more focused than the supposed able-minded or able kind of, sighted person because I don't have the distractions of my 25 horrible social media sites where there's a lot of noise being made but nothing is said. So if you ask me who is disabled today, the ones who have ears but choose not to hear, the ones who have sight but choose not to see each other's pain and do not display empathy, they are the ones who are disabled. And I think our country is littered with that at this point of our life where we just have lost empathy. So I think that thank you, I needed this ray of sunshine after I said goodbye to my friend this afternoon at the crematorium in Shivaji Park, and I think that it's wonderful to be here, it's wonderful that I can make someone in the room smile, and so I'm going to now get off the stage and figure out with you who's my teacher going to be, and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to be speaking to you in sign language the next time. That's my promise.
Before I forget this, I must say something which came back to me floating through the mist of time this morning. There is one of the greatest actors India has seen called Shivaji Ganesan, the South Indian superstar. I remember meeting Shivaji in his abode, and I talked to him at length about his journey, and I spoke to him about how did he acquire the skills and became such a phenomenal actor. He said something which stayed and which is relevant to this forum. He said, unlike people who are fashioned now in schools like Pune or like National School of Drama, I learned my craft through street theatre. He said, I used to perform on the streets of Madurai, where there were vegetable vendors and where there were people. But when I used to perform, my eyes used to be riveted on one guy who couldn't hear.